Hello, welcome to a new episode of Technique Tuesday. I have to be honest, y'all, I've been having issues with the camera today. So this is probably like my fourth time shooting this, so hopefully I'll remember everything that I'm supposed to say. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. We are making a pocket pull card. I had something else planned, but time got away from me, so here we are. We're gonna do this. It's quick and it's easy and it's really, really cute. So this is just your basic card, but on the inside, you have this pull tab and it just works just like that. How cute is that? So this, I used the Thoughtful Octopus stamp set. So there it is. This is one of our online exclusives. It's $21. It comes with all of these really cute sayings, many thanks. If I could hug you with 8 arms, I would. I think that one's my favorite. You occupy my thoughts, sending lots of love, many happy birthday wishes, and then down here you get a thanks. You get a couple of cupcakes, which is great because you can multi-stamp the cupcakes, a heart, a little seahorse, and it even has a thought bubble, which I thought was pretty cool, and a balloon. So just fun stamp set. So let me tell you what you're gonna need to make this. So you're gonna need one piece of paper that measures 5.5 by 8.5. Oops, let me get this one. So 5.5 by 8.5, and then you're gonna score it at 4 and 8. And you'll need, for your pull tab, you'll need a piece of paper that is 5 and then 3 3/4. And then to build your card, I will get into the other sizes when we get to that. So let's see here. And here, I always make a template. So let me show you why this needs to be so small, because this is gonna go all the way inside the pocket, just like that. And you can also, if you want, you can get a punch here and punch it out. But I just wanted a basic card where you're just gonna hide that fun pull piece. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started. So I already did some of the stamping ahead of time, but we are going to stamp today. So you're gonna need your piece of paper that is, and this is Blueberry Bushel, and this is 5.5 by 8.5. And like I said, it is scored at 4 and at 8. And then you're going to need a piece of not Bashful Blue, I always forget. This one is Balmy Blue. It was Bashful Blue like a million years ago. This piece of paper is 3 3/4 by 5. And then the little insert that goes on the top, that is 3.5 by 4 3/4. And then our front piece here that we're gonna be stamping on, that is 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. All right, and then we've got some random hearts that I cut out, if I can get it here. We're gonna be using those. And this little piece of ribbon here, this is going to be about 4 inches. And then for your greeting, it's about 1/2 inch, probably by 4, and then you just cut your little sides here. So let's get this out of the way. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna glue this first, and then we'll do our stamping. So I have to tell you guys, so my cat Max, you can't see him, he's off the camera, but he's sitting right here next to me. And I got him his own chair because he jumped up on the desk a minute ago before I started rolling. And excuse me, I thought, oh boy, how am I gonna keep him from getting in the middle of everything? And I thought, we'll just get him his own chair. Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and score all your folds, and then we're gonna get some glue here. Oh, today, it's a Monday, can you tell? I always shoot this a day early so that you guys can watch it first thing in the morning. So we're just gonna glue here. You can use your tear and tape if you want, or you can use your regular adhesive for this. Now see, I'm only putting glue from the fold here all the way to this fold because I want to still have the pocket mechanism down at the bottom. I don't wanna glue this right here. So don't glue that. You can if you want, but you might have to make your inside paper a little bit smaller. But for the dimensions that I gave you, you want to go ahead and just glue it just like I did. And then while we're waiting for this to dry, we'll do all of our stamping. So I love that little octopus. I think that is the cutest thing ever. Okay, so there we go. Let me scoop these hearts out of the way and get my glue out of the way. All right, so here's our next piece of paper. Let me get my stamping mat. I want to make sure that I get a really good image of the octopus. So the octopus is balmy blue. And we're just going to get this really good and inked up. So excuse my whole hand in here. So I hope everyone's having a good day. In North Idaho, I think it's about 70 today. Yahoo! I have the house open. We have fresh air coming in. Oh, it's a heaven. All right, so I'm gonna put him kind of in the middle, just like so. Ta-da! Yay! Nice big image. And then for the tentacles on the octopus, those are blueberry bushel, and that's the paper too. I don't know if I already said that. Like I said, I've been having a bowl of Struglios today, so it's just one of those days. All right, so we're just gonna put these kind of in the curvy parts here on the arms, just like so. I'm gonna turn it around to get these bottom ones. You can put them going whatever direction you want. I just was trying to go with the curve of the tentacles. I'm going to turn the paper around. Sorry if you see my head. I don't think you can. Okay. And then I'll go back and do this last one here. There we go. Now we can do the face. And we're going to do our blending brush last for the ocean. So we're just gonna try to center the face. And then you've got this little part here, these little dots here, right, this one right here. And we're gonna put that up on his head, just like that. You don't have to. I made a couple of these already and I didn't put that there. All right. So now we're gonna do our star. I wanna call it a starfish, but it's a seahorse. I keep thinking that in my head and have to correct myself. Seahorse. We're gonna do that in Strawberry Slush because I thought the pink would really pop with the blue. Just gonna put it right here. And then we're gonna give them a word bubble because, you know, they're down there in the ocean and they're chewing the fat and they're talking about all kinds of things. About those crazy divers. They're talking about the sharks, all that fun stuff. Okay, so now I really don't need this anymore. I just wanted it for the big scene. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're going to do our sand. And for the sand, we're gonna use crumb cake. And where's my sand stamp? Oh, there it is, okay. So we're just gonna stamp our sand down here. Fun, fun. What are you doing over there, Max? Are you taking a bath? I don't think everybody wants to hear you taking a bath there, fella. Okay, so that's plenty of sand. A little bit of an ocean floor for you. Let me get this out of the way. And for our leaves, we are going to use Granny Green. And I did 3. You kind of want to have an odd number, like I said before, to give it some, I think it's a little bit more pleasing to the eye. And then for the other grass part, we're going to do garden green a little bit over that. So, let's see here. There we go. And you know what, we'll do it over this way so it looks like it's flowing. Actually, I'm going to do one little more. There we go. Okay. So exciting. I love Technique Tuesday. I love doing this with you guys. I was going to do this other technique, but it was a little messy and my time got away with me. Now this time I'm using a sponge. I have lots and lots of sponges and we're just going to smear. Just kind of smear it. I'm going to smear it down here just like this because we want it to look like sand. I gotta check the sample here. All right, there we go. Now we're gonna go in and we're gonna do the Balmy Blue with the blending brush to give it that oceany feel. Let me get all this out of the way. Let me just pull up my sample so I can take a look. Oh, yeah, okay. So we're just gonna kind of roll it in there, and you always wanna go off and then go onto your paper so that you get that ink blob over here and not on your project. Unless you're going for the antique-y type shabby chic look, then you might want some ink blobs on there. But I don't want that on my ocean. So I'm just gonna turn this around. And since we've already stamped everything, we don't really have to worry about the colors going over it because they're dark enough to where it's not gonna ruin our project that we already stamped. So fun. I don't know about you guys. There's this guy, I'll tell you really quick, another Sherry story, I'm so sorry. There is some guy on Instagram who has an actual octopus. I don't know his name, I don't know his call sign, but it comes up on my feed. And this octopus is really smart. So he'll put like cups and stuff in the aquarium with food in it, and the octopus will figure out how to get in there. They are so smart. They are just the smartest creatures, I'm telling you. Okay, so let's glue this down. That's your Sherry story for the day. Sorry. Okay. So I made a couple more of these. Actually, I made 3 more. One that's the same size, and then 2 that are some other sizes. And I'm gonna give you guys a tip for making these different sizes. Okay, I wanna make sure the pocket's up at the front so we don't glue it upside down. And then we're gonna add our greeting, and we're gonna add the hearts, and we're gonna add some googly eyes. I love googly eyes. I think they just bring some pop to the project. So I've got my minis. I have had these wiggly eyes, this holder forever. I don't even know where I got it. But we're gonna put a small one on him. And you can get these anywhere. I get them at Walmart, or I like the tiny ones. I think I got these at Hobby Lobby. They're 4mm. And then these bigger ones in this next go round here. I think I did get these at Walmart, because you can get like a multi-pack. They have multi-packs of wiggly eyes at the Dollar Tree too. We just don't sell them. The ones that we do sell, I do have in below there that I got a long time ago. And they're colored googly eyes, but gosh, I hoard them. It's so bad. I need to use them. I was always telling you guys, use your stuff, and then I hoard all my silly things. Oops, static cling here. Just gonna put the eyes down. This one looks bent. I'm gonna get another one. And that's a nice thing. You get so many wiggly eyes that you don't mind having to throw a couple away. Okay, so we're gonna let those dry. And then we're gonna put our hearts on. Now, he has 8 arms. If you wanna put 8 of the hearts, go ahead. I only did 3 because I thought that was enough. It'd be cute to have like 8 cupcakes. Oh, could you imagine giving this to an 8-year-old with 8 cupcakes? Oh my God, that'd be perfect. That'd be so cute. So there's one. Okay, so this is my new trick. What I've been doing is I've been taking a dimensional, moving it to the center here, and then cutting it in half. That way you don't get any stickum on your scissors. And there's usually enough surface area on that piece of plastic that you can do that a few times. And then we'll put another small one down here at the bottom. Excuse me. Oh, I don't know where Max went. He got up and he left. Silly boy. His brother's asleep in the other room. Okay, now we're gonna do our greeting. And we'll just put a few dimensionals. I lost a lid here. I'll take that one. Okay. There you go. Look at that. Okay, now for the inside, let's get that glued together. So I'm just going to glue this down, and then I'm going to use a stapler. We're going to staple the ribbon on. You guys can punch a hole if you want. I did this one with a staple, and I think I did staples on a couple of the other ones that I did. But it's really up to you. It depends on the feel of how you want it to look. If you want it with a standard hole for the top. And you could also, instead of just a inside of the card, you could make like a nice big bookmark for somebody, or you can make a couple of bookmarks because it's big enough to hold that. And then we're just going to fold the ribbon in half like so. And if you have an issue with it moving around, you can put a glue dot on the back. I didn't do that because I put it down there far enough. And they're just going to staple it on there. And then we're just going to clean this up and make it pretty. Okay. All right, that's it. That is your pocket pull card. Come on. There we go. Okay, so now let me show you some of the other ones that I made. So this one here, I used the Silly Old Bear Suite. I put the entire piece of paper in the embossing folder because it is one of the big giant ones. It's a 6 by 8.5, and you can fit the entire paper in there. So the whole thing is the map, and then I just drug the ink pad down the sides to give it that dirty, mappy look. And then on the inside, this one I punched a hole. And this is with that new Hydrangea Hue paper that came out this year. Okay, so this next one, this is I used a piece, I'm gonna put this right here so you guys can see. I used a piece of 6 by 9, 12, this is one of our 12 by 12 papers. I cut it in half, and it was 6 by 9. And then on the 9 side, I scored it at 4 1/4 and 8 1/2. And then for the inside, I put, look at this, it's seeds. And then I put a little butterfly to cover up the price. And then this piece of bubble bath here is 5 1/2 by 4. And so you could just put another piece of paper on the back here and write your greeting or what have you. But I thought this would be a cute gift for somebody for like their birthday, or we just had Mother's Day, but whatever the next holiday is, I thought that would be really cute. And where's my big one? Oh, I made a big one and I left it in the other room. Oh, well, I'll photograph it and I will put it on my Facebook page. So you guys go ahead and give this a try. This is the pocket pull card, and if you have any questions, let me know. Tell me which one of these is your favorite and leave me a comment. And like and subscribe to my channel and all that fun YouTube-y stuff. And I hope you guys are having a great day. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.